Hello students, good morning, and we are going to continue with our physics lecture. In the last lecture we have started with errors in measurements, right? And we have also seen the different types of errors which are broadly classified as systematic errors and random errors. In systematic errors, we have seen what are instrumental errors, errors due to experimental technique going wrong, that is imperfection in experimental technique, and personal errors. And we have seen random errors also, which are the errors which cannot be eliminated because these errors, even after being perfect in all the aspects of systematic errors, even following the best rules to avoid errors, some errors do occur, and that is because of the surrounding conditions fluctuating. So it may be voltage drop, it may be difference in the temperature, like the temperature of the room or the surrounding may go the high or may fall down. That will result change in the pressure. All this may result in some errors in our readings, and these types of errors are called as random errors. Okay students, before we start with our next unit, that is estimation of errors, let me congratulate you all for showing the best performance in your open book test, and you have tried to attempt all the questions and most of you have done it correctly. So students, keep it up. Very soon we are going to be on some Zoom lectures wherein we will be face to face and we will be able to interact with you all directly. Okay, for today's lecture we are going to have the unit estimation of errors. Okay, so with pen, pencils, notebooks ready, because here are some forms and formulae that we are going to study in, and we are going to solve some numericals based on this unit. Okay students, gear up, get ready. Now, in estimation of errors, what do you mean by estimation of errors? In fact, we have to try and find out by what amount, by what measure has the error incurred in our physical readings. Okay, so this is nothing but the estimation of errors. Okay, and then we are going to employ some means to avoid, to reduce these errors. Okay, so there will be some techniques or some formulae that should be followed, some mathematical methods that would be followed to bring down the errors in calculation. Okay, so that is the part estimation of errors. Now, the first part in estimation of errors is the arithmetic mean. Now, what do you mean by the arithmetic mean? In fact, this arithmetic mean is not at all new to you, isn't it? You have been finding out means of quantities in your lower standards. Even when you have performed the physical experiments. Okay, like you have taken the readings for Ohm's law, right? Then you have taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 readings, added up and found the mean of that, divided it by 5 if 5 readings are taken. That is what is arithmetic mean. Yes. So this arithmetic mean will give you the most probable value of that physical quantity. Most probable value का मतलब क्या? कि ये जो value हम arithmetic mean से निकालने वाले हैं, ये value actual value के बहुत near about होने वाली है. It is going to be very near to the actual value of that physical quantity. So we will just see how to find the arithmetic mean again. Say for example, you have taken, let us have these as the number of observations. So in a reading, I have taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 observations. How many observations have I taken? 5 observations I have taken in an experiment. Okay, and the values of these 5 observations are Say, I'm going to take the length of something in centimeters, and I have taken how many observations? 5 observations. A1 centimeter, A2 centimeter, A3 centimeter, A4 centimeter, and the fifth reading I have recorded as A5 centimeters. Okay? Now, what am I going to do is, I'm going to add up all these readings and then divide it by, how many readings do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 readings I am having. So, the arithmetic mean of all these readings that I have taken for a physical quantity will be, A mean will be A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus A4 plus A5 divided by how much? 5, because how many readings have I taken? 5 readings I have taken. This value that I get will be obviously in centimeters, and that is going to be the arithmetic mean value. What is it going to be? Arithmetic mean value. In general, now this we have calculated for how many readings? 5 readings. In general, if there are A1, A2, A3, A4 up to AN, that means in general we have taken n readings of a physical quantity. कितने readings हमने लिए हैं? n readings of a physical quantity. Then the arithmetic mean is given as A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus A4 plus up to AN divided by n. Because how many readings have we taken for that physical quantity, students? N readings. Getting it? Now, I can represent this in a summation form. So, when you go into your maths lectures, when you are going to do summation and series, you will understand this symbol. Yet, I will explain you this symbol over here. Now, if I have taken n number of readings, okay, then I have to write A mean as A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus A4 if 100 readings are there up to that 100th reading divided by 100. This I can represent in a symbolic form, in a summation form. Which form? Summation form. कौन से फॉर्म में हम इसको एक्सप्रेस कर सकते हैं? Summation form. Okay? And how do I represent this in the summation form? I represent this as A mean is equal to. Now, for the summation मतलब summing up. Okay, totally. I am using the symbol sigma. What is this? Capital sigma. What is the symbol used over here? Sigma. It is a Greek alphabet, and I am using the capital case of this. As I have capital A and small case A and capital case A. Similarly, this is the sigma and capital case in Greek alphabets. So what is it? Sigma. So what will I write as a symbol for summation? Sigma. Now what am I adding up? I am adding up all these readings. And how many readings I have taken? I have taken n readings. So what I am going to represent this for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 small I. So it is summation of AI. Summation of AI. पर ये I क्या represent करता है? फर्स्ट रीडिंग के लिए ये I रिप्रेजेंट करता है 1, सेकेंड रीडिंग के लिए 2, थर्ड रीडिंग के लिए 3, nth रीडिंग के लिए n, right? So what is I? I is nothing but from 1 to n. Yes, what values is I taking? I is taking the value from 1 to n. Divided by what? N. Okay, so I can write this as 1 upon n, and see how am I going to read this? 1 upon n summation of AI, where I goes from 1 to n. Okay, so what is the arithmetic mean? Formula for arithmetic mean is 1 upon n summation of AI, where I goes from 1 to n. Getting it, students? I want you to take it down in your notebook. I want you to have these formula by heart because we are going to use it everywhere henceforth. Are you getting it? So this is the first way to estimate the error and to get a very probable value of a physical quantity, most probable value of the physical quantity, and that is by finding the arithmetic mean. Okay? So just go through it and we'll go for the next part on estimation. Okay. Now from the arithmetic mean we will go to the next part, and that is the absolute error. Where are we going to go for? We are going to go for the absolute error. So what have we got here as the first estimation of errors? Arithmetic mean, which I give as 1 upon n summation of ai, where I goes from 1 to n. Okay? Now I will go for the second part in the estimation. And that second part in the estimation is absolute error. What is it? Absolute error. Okay, let us keep these readings as standard readings for all the estimative parts. Now I am going to go for the absolute error. Now how do I give the absolute error? Absolute error of n readings will be given as delta an, and I am going to read it as absolute error in n number of readings of a physical quantity. Okay, now how do I calculate this absolute error? Now to calculate the absolute error, what am I going to do is, I am going to find the difference between the mean value and the individual value. Okay, so what is absolute error? First let me pen down what is absolute error. Absolute error is the difference between what? Difference between the arithmetic mean value and the individual value. Okay, so if I want to find the absolute error in the first reading, I will write it as delta A1. This is the absolute error in the first reading. How much is the absolute error in the first reading? As it is absolute, I will have to put it in that symbol, which means, okay, this is going to be the perfect positive value. So I am going to put it in mod symbol. इस symbol को क्या बोलते हैं? Modulus. क्या बोलते हैं इस symbol को? Modulus. And whenever any value is put in modulus, it is always taken as a positive value. Keep this in mind. So absolute error in the first reading will be equal to the arithmetic mean that I have calculated for these values minus A1. Okay, absolute error in the second value will be equal to mod of arithmetic mean value minus A2. Absolute error in the third value will be equal to A mean minus A3. Absolute error in the fourth value will be equal to A mean minus A4. And absolute error in the fifth value will be equal to A mean minus A5. Have you got it? So these are going to be absolute error values in these 5 readings. Now if I want to find the mean of this, then I will have absolute error Okay, will be equal to what? This plus this plus this plus this plus this divided by 5 because 5 readings are there. So what I will write this in summation form as summation. If n readings are there, it will be n. If 5 readings are there, it will be 5. So I will write this as summation of delta ai, where I goes from 1 to 5. Why I am taking 1 to 5? Because I am having 5 readings divided by 5. This will give me the absolute error mean for this 5 readings. Are you getting it, students? Go through it perfectly. We have to use it in our numericals. That is a must that you should know this formula. Okay? So, when it is generalized, how will I give the absolute error? I will give the absolute error mean as delta an. Okay, it will be the mean absolute error of how many values? N values. Okay, will be equal to, as n values are there, 1 upon n summation of delta ai, where I will go from 1 to, in this case, n. Here I am having 5 readings, so I goes from 1 to 5. Are you getting it, students? Pen this down, write down this as your second formula, and we are going to go for the next part in estimation of errors. Okay? So we are going to add a formula now over here to our list, and that is how to find the absolute error. If I want to find the absolute error of a physical quantity, it is modulus of a mean minus a n. Okay, and the third formula I have got, absolute error mean will be equal to 1 upon n summation of delta ai, where I goes from 1 to n. Okay? Now we are going to go for the next form, that is the relative error. What is the relative error in estimation of errors? This relative error is given as, you have found the absolute mean error. So absolute mean error divided by the mean, arithmetic mean, will give us the relative error. What is it going to give you? The relative error. So relative error is nothing but the mean, absolute mean value divided by the arithmetic mean value. What is it? Absolute mean value divided by the arithmetic mean value. So this is your fourth formula. Relative error is equal to delta A mean divided by A mean. Okay. Now students, whatever I am in fact symbolizing this is a symbol, and this symbol should be read as delta, not as triangle. How will you read it? Delta. Okay. So I have got the absolute error. Then the fourth form I should have is percentage error. So fourth estimation of errors is the form percentage error. Now how do I give this percentage error? I give this percentage error as relative error multiplied by 100. Okay, so that is going to be delta A mean divided by A mean, which is the relative error, into 100. Okay, so I get the